Okay, welcome back, boys. So in this video, as you can tell by the length of the video that is pretty long, we're going to talk about all of these games, mostly, not everything, but mostly all of these games, and I'm going to teach you, and you will find out how to make them play, how to make them work in LAN, offline. Some of them have online capabilities, some of them have dedicated servers, some of them, if not almost most of them, have bots. So we're going to talk about each one of them in particular, so that we have more or less every single Call of Duty game available nowadays, functional, and so you can play. Of course, there's a couple of games that I'm going to skip, that I'm not going to talk in this video because I find them really old, and I don't think that a lot of people are interested in. Such games are the first Call of Duty and Call of Duty 2. I mean, yeah, I know they are legendary games, but for modern standards, I don't think a lot of people play them. So I think also they're very simple. All you have to do is just get the game. And the LAN, basically in that time, in the early 2000s, games with LAN was the norm. The difficulty probably is that you will have to find some bots for these games, probably PES bots, the old bots for that time. But we're going to skip these two games for now. The first game that we're going to talk about is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Then, of course, Call of Duty World War. These two games are considered one of the most legendary and more remarkable games of the franchise. These games, they didn't have any bots, so I will teach you in the following videos. Inside this video, I will teach you how to add bots and how to create a LAN and how to make all that work. The same goes for Modern Warfare 2. Then you got Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3, and from this game, Modern Warfare, from Black Ops 2 on forward, all the games included by default, they included bots. So all these other games from Call of Duty 1 up to Modern Warfare 3 didn't have bots, so we're gonna talk about how to make them work, if we can, with bots. So Black Ops 2 has bots and all the rest have bots. Then we have Ghost, then we had Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, and then this Call of Duty World War 2. This game I will not talk about in this video because I already made a video tutorial, and in that video tutorial I was talking about mainly only about this game. And as you may know, as I told you, this game obviously has bots. You can play in LAN, you can create your own licensed server, so there's no need to talk about this game again in this video. Then the other one is Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Unfortunately, well, I will talk about it a bit in this intro of the video. Unfortunately, it's the only game that I was not able to make it work. Some people are able to make it work, some people don't. But in my case, I could not make it work. It's also very uncomfortable because this game, Black Ops 4, is very heavy. It has a lot of gigabytes, so it's very difficult to manage between computer and testing and non-testing and stuff like that. So at least I'm going to tell you the information where to get the files, but it's not going to be included in the video. Then we have Modern Warfare 2019, Cold War, Black Ops Cold War. Then we have Modern Warfare Remaster. And then we have Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remaster. So we're going to talk about all of these games. Before getting into this, you will have to learn how people in the community or in the Call of Duty, Call of Duty world, how people refer to these games. It's not only enough to refer to a game such as like Call of Duty World War. You can call it Call of Duty World War, but most people will call it differently. You will get confused. So as you can see in this little guide, the game in particular, this one is called T4. What is T4? As you can see in the right, is the developer of the game, Triarch, and how many games they already released. So in this case, World War, it's called World War T4 because it's the fourth game by Triarch. And the same goes for the other developers such as Infinity Ward with IW, and then SX or S is the short term for Sledgehammer Games or Sledgehammer Games. So here I painted in yellow the Sledgehammer Games, the blue Triarch, and the red Infinity Ward. You can see all from the first Call of Duty up to the last Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3 2023. Here you can see also that I included in white the games that started to have bots included from, that you didn't need to put any special mod or whatever. So as I told you, from Black Ops 2, also known as T6, they started to include bots inside the game. So we're going to talk, as I told you, the games that didn't include bots before Black Ops 2 were mainly these games: Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, War at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, and Modern Warfare 3, each one with its own code name: IW3, T4, IW4, T5, and IW5. The best bots recommended for these games, you have a couple of options, but the best bots always, because they are updated every single week and they are the most advanced, are the name Bot Warfare. So if you search in Google Bot Warfare space and, for example, IW3, you will find the GitHub of that bot repository. Also, if you do it Bot Warfare space T4 and so on, with these examples, you will find the latest builds of the bots, of the mod bots. In this video tutorial, we're going to talk about all of these games, and I'm going to teach you how to install these bots, to install these mods, and how to customize, how to make them functional in your listen server, sometimes in a dedicated server, and I'm going to teach you how to change the names to put custom names. So let's start. We're going to talk about individually by the developers that make these certain fixes or clients, as people call them, which enable you to, not depend on any external connection in general, and to be able to play with bots and to manage your server or your game with more freedom. So the first game is going to be Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. You must know that the best fix for this, or the best game client for this game, is made by Code4X mod. Then here we have the fix by RC Bots, which is also a bots thing that is like a mixture between a game client and a bot fix. So they are called RSE bots. So these were here. I mentioned also what are the advantages or disadvantages of each one of these fixes. The bad thing, or the thing that is questionable about this one, is that the bots are a bit outdated compared to Bot Warfare, as I told you before. And the good is that Modern Warfare 2 makes use of Alter IWNet, but it's outdated. But uses a server emulator so that Alter IWNet doesn't depend on any server, so it has included a server emulator that redirects the dependence and makes it independent. So if you install RC bots, for example, for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, you will have these advantages. So these RC bots fixes work for Modern Warfare 4, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare 1, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 2. Also, they did something, but it's the only one that I didn't test. So let's continue with the rest of the fixes. So we are going to talk about now this fix, which is mainly for Black Ops 1, only for Black Ops 1. The name is B Gamer Black Ops. The developer is DieRatch. Here you will find this content posted in a forum. What is the good thing about it is that it's the most versatile in terms of Black Ops 1. I think it's the best option. It allows you to create dedicated server, listen server, and to make it compatible with Bot Warfare mod, and also you can play with the vanilla combat training bots. So I think this is the best fix. So if you want to play Black Ops 1, this is the way to go. Next, we're going to talk about Technogods, Techno MW free, Modern Warfare free. So yeah, it has good and bad things. The very bad things, which is very very bad, is that it doesn't have compatible bots. You cannot install bots in this client. So you rely only on making a server and only connecting with real humans. The uniqueness about this fix is that it allows for dedicated server creation. You can create your own dedicated server. That is a pretty rare thing to be able to do without any dependence, without the need of making no account or master server connections, such as in other clients like Plutonium. So here you are fully independent. The thing is that you don't have the ability to put bots, which is the very bad characteristic, let's say. Then we have the redacted fix. This is, I think, is the best fix alternative if you want to play Black Ops 2. This is the way to go. The only bad thing is that it has like a bug, like a problem when you play in core, and core is like a map in the multiplayer menu that is the only map that doesn't work if you want to join with a client. I mean, you can create a license server and you can play normally if you are the one creating the server, but all the clients trying to join will not be able to join because you know, I don't know, there is like a bug. Only happens in the Encore map. All the other rest of the maps work fine. There is a little nuisance that I will teach you also in the now in this video when we're talking about this game, that verifies the existence of some Steam DLL and Folger files, but it's very easily bypassable, so don't worry about it. You also requires to install some Redist bullshit such as C++ installers, and you don't have to forget to execute this program with administrator rights, because in some computers it will not open otherwise. So here then we have X Labs. This project has already died, as well as the other ones that we all have been talking about. They are all dead. Technogods I think is still alive, but well, X Labs has been replaced by the following, which is Ultraware. But X Labs is obsolete by today's standards because it has been replaced by they changed the name basically to Ultraware, but if you still have the files for X Labs, they're pretty good, they work fine, and you'll have no problems. This fix works for these free games. It's mainly for Modern Warfare 2, for Call of Duty Ghosts, and Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Then we have, as I told you, the evolution of X Labs, which is named Ultraware. This Ultraware is recommended only for Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. A non-verified version of Ghost and Advanced Warfare. So Ultraware works for all these 5 games: Modern Warfare 2, Ghosts, Advanced Warfare, Modern Warfare 3, and Black Ops 3. Let's see what are the bad things about this fix. Is that the latest versions, Ultraware decided to add in the latest versions of Ghost and on their client about Advanced Warfare, they force you to have a legit copy of the game and makes an online verification, which makes this fix kind of shitty. But as you see in red, if you have as long as you have the non-verified version before they added this crap, the fix for the Ghost and Advanced Warfare is one of the best out there. So it's the best way to go. If you want to play Ghost and if you want to play Advanced Warfare, check the non-verified version of Ultraware. That's the best way to go. Other bad things about it is that we will not be able to create true dedicated servers. Makes use of app data folders, which I always hate. I always prefer to have my fixes, living in the same folder as the game. I don't like to have folders everywhere installed in my computer. So I take that as a bad thing. And also the bad thing is that their Modern Warfare 3 version, the Modern Warfare 3 client has no LAN at all. So you are forced only to play with bots. So in other words, if you are going to use Ultraware, just use it for Modern Warfare 2, Ghost, and Advanced Warfare. Now, Plutonium, I highly not recommend it at all. I only recommend it for only one game, which is Modern Warfare 3. The rest, you have other alternatives, I think, and it's not worth it, because Plutonium, why? Look at all these bad things that it has. Plutonium has forced you to depend on their master servers. They make you create your own account and password depending on their master servers. So every time you open Plutonium, you are connecting to their servers. So God knows when they will shut down. They're obviously an independent guys making a project by themselves. They're not a AAA development company. So imagine if this AAA companies shut down. Imagine how these guys that are just a couple of guys in a basement, their project will die pretty soon. So once their service is going to shut down or something, you're fucked. So at least these guys in Plutonium have an alternative that you can execute these clients in offline mode. But of course, if you execute it in this mode, you will not be able to create any dedicated server. So another bad thing, dedicated servers only if connected to their platform, makes use of app data folders, which I don't like, and also offline is possible if enabled, but only limits you to play on LAN. So use Plutonium. In my opinion, the best way to play Modern Warfare 3 with bots and create a licensed server is with Plutonium. All the rest I wouldn't recommend. Then we have another one, which is the fix for Black Ops 3. The website is a GitHub repository named ECCLolBoy3. So the bad thing about this one is that it verifies the existence of the Steam folder with some files and DLLs. Also, we're going to talk about this in this video. Plus, it checks the existence of Steam in a registry and tests it offline too. Makes use of app data folders, most of these fixes. So yeah, basically this is the best way to play Black Ops 3. Then we move to Aurora. Aurora project is pretty nice because it has some very unique games. You can play Modern Warfare Remastered. We can play Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered. Remember that this game doesn't have multiplayer. It's only for single player, but still they enable you to play the game, so it's pretty cool. And also they have, well, it's not their fault because they did it. So it's a huge shout out to Aurora team, but the game itself is a piece of shit, which is Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, which is the Call of Duty that I hate the most because it's obviously thin in the future and it looks so childish and is so retarded. But in the end of the day, these are the free games that you can play with their project. And also, and last, we have Donetsk. This group of people made a fix to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 here. The bad thing about it is that we will see it when we talk about the game in the video, but you will see that it has a lot of maps, multiplayer maps that don't work. You will not be able to play the campaign, and it doesn't have the Warzone mode still. But they say that they will add it in the future, so let's hope for that to happen. So far you can only play a bunch of multiplayer maps. It works in LAN with no problems. And then we have this Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. The bad thing is that it only works offline. You cannot work. It still doesn't have any multiplayer, so you will not be able to connect the people with the same LAN even. But the good thing about it is that you can at least play it, and you can play it solo, single player against bots. And also I think that the story mode, the campaign, is not available also. So it's still quite in a beta state, or if you want to call it an alpha state, because it needs a lot of improvement, but it's still better than nothing. So the bad thing is that the Cold War still doesn't have any LAN, Warzone doesn't work, and Modern Warfare 2019, most multiplayer maps don't work. And lastly, we have this one for Black Ops 4. As I told you, I was not able to make it work, but you can always try and see for yourself. So my final recommendation, when you finish watching all the parts of this video, you will see that you can have your own conclusions. But for my opinion, the best games of Call of Duty ever are these 5 selections. And here I talk about each best client that you can choose for each game. For Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, I think the best fix that you can use is the Alterware. It has the best content. It even has other games maps. It has maps from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1. It's super amazing. This pack is amazing. Then you have the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 Remastered. This is the remake of the classic Call of Duty 4 with unique modern graphics, and it works really nice, the Aurora project. Then you have the BG Gamer, one of the best CODs, that it is a Black Ops 1. It has online, it has offline, it has listen, it has dedicated. I think this is the most complete package. If you want to play Black Ops 1, the best way is to go with the BG Gamer fix. Then if you want to play Modern Warfare free, I highly suggest you to use Plutonium. This is the only case where I think it's useful to use Plutonium if you want to play Modern Warfare free. It's a bit redundant because most of the content in this game is already present in Modern Warfare 2, but if you want to play Modern Warfare free, Plutonium version is the best. And finally, but not least, we have I think the other amazing Call of Duty game, which is Black Ops 2, and I think the best way to play it is using redacted fix. I think Call of Duty 2, even though it's also themed after the future, it's not so ridiculous like the Advanced Warfare or Infinite Warfare. I mean, Black Ops 2 is in the future, but not so much in the future. It's like in the near future, if you want to call it somehow. So it's from the futuristic Call of Duties, this is the best. So I think these 5 are my recommendations. So summing up, we have Modern Warfare free. What fixes you have? Technogods. Technogods, the good thing is that you can create LAN servers and online servers with no dependence on anyone. You are completely independent, but the thing is that you will not be able to play with bots. Alterware is offline, but it doesn't have any LAN and it doesn't have any multiplayer, so you will not be able to play with humans, but it does have bots, so it's completely the opposite of Technogods. And then Plutonium, which is the best option for Modern Warfare free, it has no online unless you want to depend on their stupid accounts and passwords, which inevitably one day will go down. But it does have LAN multiplayer and bots, so it's the best option for this game. So yeah, now I will edit the video. I want to show you guys how to, and I will show you all the different tutorials for each game. But before doing that, I will remind you that if you want to know how to play this Call of Duty World War II, I will not talk about it, so you can check my video I did like 6 years ago. So here you can inform yourself on how to play this game. Then about Black Ops 4, as I told you, I was not able to make it work. You can go to this GitHub repository. Here you can find the fix for this game. You can try yourself. As you can see, it has the latest release in October 30, 2023. Then as for the Nonesk, Black Ops Cold War and Modern Warfare 2019, you can join their Discord in this website. You can find the latest downloads here and join their Discord, no problem. Then the Aurora team, in terms of the Modern Warfare 2 remaster campaign, you can have the latest fix in H2 mod and download the latest release. You will be able to play the Modern Warfare 2 campaign remaster. Then obviously the website, the official website of these guys of Alterware, you have it at alterware.dev. The official website of this Plutonium, plutonium.pw. The RCBots website is rcbots.blogspot.com. Keep in mind this website is very old and maybe some links will not work, so maybe you can use the the archive time machine. And last, you can use, you can try and download the latest version of the VGamer T-File LAN for Black Ops 1. As I told you, it's a really nice tool. So now, after talking all of this introduction, we're going to go into each particular game, and I'm going to teach you how to play each game. Okay guys, so now we're going to talk about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, how to set up a proper LAN with bots. Here is my LAN with my both computers having the game folder opened. So here's the game folder in one computer and there in the other. We're going to create a server with the other computer, but first you'll have to make sure to have your game properly installed, because if you don't, the game is not going to launch. So go into your folder of your game of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. The first step that you have to do is open the install game reg, which is basically the serial number of the game, as you can see. So let's execute this, and the game should be installed inside the registry. The same should be done by all the other computers in LAN, so do that. And the next step is just to go and download the fix of the game, as I showed you in the beginning of the video, where I showed you all the different fixes for each game. So you should have something like this in COD 4 client manual install 21.1 folder, and here you just have to to execute the install CMD. And you should see file copy, whatever. Just clicking OK, and the game should be done installing. So basically, that thing installs the fix, and also what it does is just prevents you, to have those errors that a lot of people had back in the day, that you have to plug in a microphone and change some sound settings so that the game doesn't crash in the multiplayer executable. So all of that is done, all of that is solved just by installing the fix. And the other thing that you obviously have to have is the bots. So once you install the bots, you should have in the root folder of your game the local server bat and the player server bat. So we're going to create a server with the other computer that I have here. It's very simple. You just have to execute the local server bat here, and the server console is going to show up. So now the next thing that we're going to do is just join the server with this computer. Just play server. As you can see, it does have like the local IP of the computer, so click on it and the game should just go inside the server itself. So now we're going to join that server by just clicking in play, in a play server. So we're gonna make sure that we have the local IP of the computer that is hosting the server. So I already changed it. So the IP there should be the IP of this computer. So once you have that, you just have to execute play server bat, and you should be ready to join the server. So now we are joining here. We are in game. As you can see, we have all the bots. You should have all the bots here, and also the other computer is joining, and you can see that here is Redman and Gravisoft as always, and here is Gravisoft and Redman. So both computers are joining the same computer. Another important thing that I'm going to show you guys is that if you press the primary grenade button and the secondary grenade button, here the keys in my case is G and 4, you will see this menu that you can change and customize the bots that you have in your server just by clicking V. The V here, you can select and change all these different options. But you can navigate the menu just by clicking the mouse, going up or going down depending on which mouse click you do, and you can change it. Let's say if you want, I don't know, 11 bots, just clicking in V, and there you should see the bots connected, blah 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 blah. So to turn it off, just clicking G and 4, primary and secondary grenade, and there you're back into the game, and you hear and here you can see all the bots here connected. So we're gonna quit here, open the console, /quit. And another little detail that I wanted to show you about this game, so that we can go into the next game. Another thing that you need to know is actually how to, if you want to change the names of the bots. So if you want to customize the name of the bots, for example, here you can see that in my server I have all these female Japanese names. You can do whatever name you want. Just go into the mods folder, go into the MP bots, and here you will have to go to the script data and open the bot names txt and make a list of all the names that you wish to have. So yeah, this part of Modern Warfare 4 Call of Duty, the classic one, is done. Let's go with the next one. Okay, guys, so now we're going to continue talking about Call of Duty World at War. You know, that Second World War game, main focused on the Pacific theater between the US and Japan and the Soviets against the Germans. Great game, and also it was the first game that introduced the zombies mode. So, the same as the previous video, we're going to start with our LAN, both of our computers with the game Folger opened. So in this part of the video, we're going to talk about this game World at War, but the plutonium version. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I'm not a very big fan of plutonium because it forces you to create a user and a password, forcing you to be dependent on their master server. So you're never really truly offline, and they don't let you create a truly online dedicated server. But at least they do have, at least in the last version of their solution, they do have an offline mode for LAN, but you cannot create a truly dedicated server like in codghosts. But well, at least that's something. It's better than nothing, and you can still play offline if you do have the app data stuff, which I do. So here is the game basically in our computers, in the local area network, in both of the computers. The thing about this plutonium thing is that you will also need this folder, which is stuff that you have to put into the app data local, this plutonium folder that contains the bat files to execute the game. You know, the different executables of all the plutonium games that are compatible with plutonium. And inside storage, you will find also the data for each, game that you want to play. As you may know, as I also showed you in the beginning of the video, each Call of Duty game has their own kind of code that you can identify each one of them. Depending on the developers, they have the letters. So World at War is going to be T4. So yeah, you'll have to go and click all this folder. You'll have to copy it, and we're going to go into the C unit. We're going to go into users, go into your user, in my case is Graphisoft, go into the app data. If you cannot see app data, it's because your folders are hidden. You just have to go to the control panel and enable, in folder options, enable hidden, so that you can see hidden folders. App data, go to local, and here you just have to paste this plutonium folder. As you can see, I already have it here with all the stuff that I showed you in the beginning of the video. So let's go back into the game folder, and here you will need a shortcut of the bat file that is in app data. So we go back into the app data folder. You will see these launchers. In this case, we need the T4MP LAN bat file, and here you will see the write commands to execute the game. So what it basically does is just execute the executable that is in the app data. It chooses the T4MP executable, and you just have to make sure to customize your own directory where the game folder is located, not the app data, but the game folder. In my case, I have it in my desktop, and then you just have to put a name that you want to use. In my case, it's Grabby, name Grabby, and also very important so that it works offline, just add LAN. So this is the main bat that should be located in the app data location, but referring inside, as you showed, to the folder of the game that is located into the desktop. So kind of confusing, but I hope that you guys not get very confused. So other thing that you want to do is install the bots. So in order to install the bots, you just have to have the files of these warfare bots designed for T4 World at War. So all you have to do is just copy this folder, which is named mpbots, and you just have to go into the app data again, go into storage, and go into T4 and mods, and paste the mp4 bots folder. Here you'll see all these kind of files later, that if you want to customize also the names of the bots, you just have to click in bots.txt and create your own list of names so that the bots have custom names. There's this bot file also comes with an installer. I'm not sure if you're going to use it or not. The installer, basically what it does is it just does the same. It copies itself into the in this case to the Activision thing, but if you want to make it to work in the Plutonium, you have to just copy that like I showed you. Also, if you want to create a fake offline dedicated server, you will need the config files, which are these files, these bad launchers for the dedicated server, and the main folder with all the configs. All this stuff you will have to paste it inside the desktop game, inside the location of the desktop. As you can see it here, I have the dedicated launchers, and inside the main I have these server configurations. So once you're done with that, we're pretty much ready to go. It's a little bit confusing, but it's like that. That's why I don't really like Plutonium, because it relies too much on installing stuff into your app data location, so that you have the game basically divided in two locations, into the app data and into the game location itself, where you have it, in my case, in my desktop. So we have both things done already. I have already modified the route of the game also in this second computer. As you can see, if we go here, we are now into the app data of Redman computer. You will see that in T4M4 here, you will see that I already changed the location of the game. So it says Redman and the location is the same because it's in the desktop. I changed the name, and we are pretty much ready to go. So I'm going to create a server here. All you have to do is create a server. Also, if you want to create it by launching a dedicated server, go into the folder of the game. For example, start MP server bad, edit it, and add the mods so that it executes the mod of the bots here. So let's do it. Let's just execute the server here, the server bad. So all this console is going to show up. So let's go back into the computer that is going to join. In this case, this is going to be the client. So let's go into the game, and let's execute the game by using this VAD that was referring to the app data. So if that makes any sense. So once you execute it, the game server is going to show, and it's going to connect into the game. It takes some couple of seconds to execute the game itself, so just be patient. And also we're going to do the same with the other computer. So we're going to execute the game by executing T4MP LAN shortcut that refers to the app data, and let's execute the game. Here you can see that the game is already inside. So before joining, as you remember, we created a dedicated server with that computer, launching the mod of the bots. So here is vanilla game. It doesn't have any bot mod. So before joining the server, go to mods, MP bots, and launch. And now the game will change into the mod of the bots. As you can see, it says if you see these two things, it's because you're already inside the bot mod. So now we're gonna do the same with the other computer. It's not going to have the mods installed, launched. Just launch it, and it's going to restart into the bot mod. So we're pretty much done. So in this computer, if you remember well, has the dedicated server running in offline and is in bot mod, and this one is just the client in bot mod. So we're gonna join the other computer server. So let's bring down the console. Just type dash connect and type the local IP of that computer. We should be able to connect. As you can see, it's connecting just fine. Mod MP bots, we are connected. Let's see if we have the bots here. And as you can see, we have the custom names of the bots. Everything is working fine, ready to go. Let's do the same with this one. This one is going to be also simple. Just bring down the console. Sorry about that. Okay, so bring down the console, type in connect. I just type in 127001 because it's just local one. and you should be able also to connect to the server. So both computers are connected in the same dedicated server. Let's join. I don't remember this one. Marines. So here we are, Redman, and in the other team you should see Grabby. And here you can see Grabby, and in the other team Redman. So this was the method to play Call of Duty World War in offline. It works perfectly fine. So we pass to a next game. Okay guys, so in this part of the video we're gonna talk about the legendary and I think in my opinion the best Call of Duty game ever, which is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the original one, or codenamed IW4. So this game we're going to talk about the Ultraware solution, the Ultraware version, which is really nice. As always, in this example we have both computers in the same LAN with the game folder open in both computers. One thing that you will have to know is that we're going to learn how to make a listen server, a dedicated server, and also to play with the Warfare Bots mod. So both computers should have the mod installed, the bots mod. You have to go to mods folder. You'll see that the MP bots should be there with all these files. And also, if you want to customize the names of the bots so that the bots are not named weirdly, just go into user raw folder and create a txt file named bots. And here just place at least 18 names. So 18 names here in the list. In my case, I just chose female Japanese names, because I'm a huge fan of Japan and whatever. So it's a bit confusing because the mods, the bot mods should be located in the mods folder, but the names should be located in the user raw folder. So now that you have that installed, let's go into the next step. The next step is just to execute. We're gonna always to execute this file, which is IW4X executable. First, we're gonna create a listen server and then a dedicated server. So the listen server is very simple. You just have to execute the game. We're gonna execute the game in both computers as always. And let's wait until the game launches in both computers. It's going to take a while because this version has this logo of IW4X Ultraware, which takes a couple of seconds to launch the game itself. So here, first thing that you're going to do is go to the mods and launch the mods mod here. So we launch it, and here we do the same. We go to mods and we launch the MP bots mod. So once the game, you just have to wait a couple of seconds until both games are launched into the mod bot configuration. This one is taking a while. So all I gotta do is just, maybe it crashed. I'm going to execute it again. So here, basically, first doing anything, just open the console. Open the console like that, /unlock unlocked items, and another thing that you want to type, we're going to create another /, and let's type set player data prestige 9. Set player data prestige 9. Okay, so that's good. Let's we are already inside the mod of the bots. Go to barracks and unlock stats. So here you will be able to unlock everything, which is very convenient. We're gonna create a game, change map. Look at the amount of maps that we have at our disposal. We have even the original Call of Duty 4 maps, legendary maps such as Invasion. Here, Crash, the legendary map, Winter Crash, Ambush, all these maps from Call of Duty 4. Also we have maps from Call of Duty 3, which is insane. So this is like a compendium, like an anthology of Modern Warfare 2, free on the original 4. So let's choose, for example, this one from Modern Warfare 3. Let's go with Dome. Change the whatever game rules mode, game, here you can change it, whatever. And let's start it. You can change the name of the server. And let's start the game. So now, here, we were stuck in the selection of the mod. We still have to select the mod, MP mod. Just select it. Let's hope that the game now works. Okay. So here in the game, we are right inside. We select Spetsnaz, whatever. You can see that we are alone. So all you have to do is type the 5 number 5, and there you go, number 5. Then we select with the space bar, and we navigate the menu with W and S. So we're gonna add some 7 bots and clicking 5 to exit, and here you can see our Japanese bots are in game. So we're going to do the same with this one, but we're gonna join that listen server. Just clicking refresh. We should be able to locate the game. Here you can see the server that we just created, and we are joining the game, so we are playing together. You should see mods, MP bots as always. Let's join the game. And here you can see Redman and Gravisoft together as always. So we're gonna quit this. We're gonna leave the game, this server. This is the client. We're just gonna wait into the main menu. And here we're gonna just close the game, and I'm gonna show you how to create a dedicated server with bots. So it's very simple. The first thing that you have to need is the dedicated server VAT executable. All it has is all these informations that you should have. It's not a lot of things. It's more explanation than nothing. All of this. But the important thing is also to have into the user raw folder the server config. So here in the server config, you can create all the different variables of your server. But the important thing to enable the bots is just to create a line that says set space fsgame space mods /mp _bots. So that way the server is going to auto execute the mod of the folder of the bots. So let's execute server bat. Doesn't matter, and there the console of the server is going to show up. We're gonna execute the game itself, but this time instead of creating a listen server, we're gonna show that dedicated server. So now we should be able to see the dedicated server in this game. So we're gonna go into join, and as you can see, this is the name of this dedicated server. It shows up in local. I don't know why it doesn't show up in the internet. It should show up in the internet tab. Not really sure. You have to check it out and see if maybe it doesn't appear in this tab, but it does connect by clicking in the console connect. But whatever, I just by the sake of this video, okay, now it doesn't appear here, whatever. So we're gonna try and join by typing in the console and see. And there you can see that we connected successfully. So now we're gonna do the same here. Remember always to change to the bots mode. Here is Spetsnaz, and we are inside the game. The thing is that we don't have any bots, so we're gonna fix that. So we're gonna join with this one. Here you can see that we can see the dedicated server, and both computers are connecting to the dedicated server now. But I'm gonna show you something, which is the thing that we need to do to add the bots. Okay, so we are here. Give me just a second. So we're here, we are with the, let's change to Rangers. Here you can see that both computers are connected, but still we don't have bots. So let's minimize the game, the computer that is hosting the server, which is this one. Let's open the console of the server, and what you want to type is bots underscore, sorry about that, underscore manage underscore again bots underscore manage underscore add, and let's add like 8 bots. So now let's go back to the game, and we should have 8 bots inside the game. Let's check it, and as you can see, we are playing in a dedicated server with bots. So this was for Modern Warfare 2 Ultraware, and we're going to the next game. Okay guys, so continuing with our video, the next game that we're going to talk about is Call of Duty Black Ops 1, also known as T5. So as always, we have this local area network with our 2 computers connected in the same LAN with the game client in each computer. The thing is that this game will have to have the BGT5 launcher and also the mods folder with the bot warfare T5 MP bots and all these files inside. So before continuing any further, if you have this game, you will want to delete the player's folder first, just in case, so that none of any configuration things happen. So just delete it. Every time you open up the game, a new folder is going to be created, so it's no problem with that. So let's create a server here. We're gonna create a server with you know, the warfare bots in a license server. So we're gonna create the server with this computer. We're gonna open it, the BGT5 launcher. Here you will have to make sure to have your own you know, your own specific individual nickname, and also make sure to have the game ID with some number that doesn't repeat with other computer clients. So each computer should have their unique number here. So you can change it just by clicking, make sure they always have like 10 numbers. As long as they are different, there's no problem. So here in host IP, you have to make sure to have your local IP of the computer that is hosting the server. Never put 127.0.0.1, so such an IP doesn't work, will not work. So you have to have your real local IP, the number 192.168 and whatever you have, and you're ready to go. So let's start a host mode, activate it, and let's click in multiplayer. So here the game client should fire up, and we're gonna connect with this other client. We're gonna do the same. We're gonna execute BGT5 launcher, but this time make sure to have a different nickname and a different game ID. So now that we are done, make sure to have here the local IP of the computer that is hosting the server. So that local IP belongs to this computer, and we're pretty much ready to go also. So we have to start mode and click in multiplayer. So the game client is going to launch there. We're gonna go back here and we're gonna create. So before doing anything, we want to have these modern bots. So we have to go to mods and MP bots and launch this mod. So the game is going to restart with this mod. We're gonna do the same with the other computer, mods, MP bots, and yes. So the game is also going to restart there with the mods here. You can see mod loaded, mods MP bots, and the other computer should also have this one activated. So we're pretty much done here. What we're gonna go is create a license server now. We're gonna go to play, we're gonna go to private match, and just select whatever match you want to play in. Let's go on with RI. And yeah, once you select all the rules, click in start match, and the game is gonna load with the bots. So here, we're gonna prepare to connect. So we're gonna bring down the console and we're gonna type the /connect and the IP of the server. so it should connect really fast. So yeah, there is connecting, and here we are already in game. As you can notice, we don't have any bots yet. We just have the players connected. So as you can see, we have the 2 players only. So in order to add the bots in the server, just bring down the console of the computer that is hosting the server and click in /bots. It's very difficult to type with only one hand. Sorry about that. Manage. And let's add 6 bots, for example. Oh, fuck. Alright, so never forget to include the slash. Click and enter. Close the console. And now, let's see. So yeah, you should see the bots connect. And you can see that we have the bots connected. And we are pretty much ready to go. So now you're playing the Warfare bots, you know, in a complete LAN multiplayer with bots. So that's really good. So now we're gonna go and exit, and we're gonna learn how to do it with the vanilla bots that the game comes with. So just close the game. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna just type quit. Here also the same. Alright, so what you're gonna do here, we're gonna do exactly the same. So you know, we're gonna close just to reset everything. So we're gonna open the BGT file launcher. We're gonna go into start host mode, and we're gonna go in also make sure to have the local IP of this computer that's hosting, and let's go to multiplayer. Clicking no. Probably the graphics got fucked up because we quit the game only by closing it, by force closing it, so it's not ideal. So yeah, both games should start up. The difference now is that you don't have to activate the mods. All you have to do is go into play, go into combat training. Let's select the difficulty of the bots, change the map. You also have the DLC maps, don't forget that. And yeah, we are basically going to start the match here. We didn't select the bots, I think. But we do have bots here anyways. So we are in private match with the combat training. So now we're gonna go and we're gonna connect. So just bring down the console, click in connect, and there we should be able to connect to the other computer with no problems. Okay, as you see, we have Redman, Gravisoft, and both are connected with bots, no problem. So yeah, basically this is the Black Ops part of the tutorial. The next thing that you can do is actually create a dedicated server. Unfortunately, I was not able to make it work with bots like we did it with Modern Warfare 2, where you launch the dedicated server with the parameters to include the mod just from the start. I tried going to the main and opening the server config, and here just add you know, the command to create, like, I believe it was set fs game underscore space mods slash mp bots, but it didn't work. So if you go with the way of creating a dedicated server here, you will only, as far as I know, be able to play with humans. So you will not have bots. So once you click, you know, once you create here, if you want to create a let's see, we're gonna close the game. That's still executing. Okay, so once you create a dedicated server here, it's gonna use that server config that is in the main. As you can see, the server is going to wait idle. So if you want to connect with the other computer, you will not be able until you just select the map. So you can just put map here in the dedicated server window. Map, let's say MP array, for example, and there the server is going to launch, but it will not launch with the bot mod. So if anyone knows how to do it, how to launch the dedicated server here with bots, you know, in MP bots mod, that would be nice. But well, so now if you're gonna join that multiplayer dedicated server, as you can see, we have that dedicated server there. We should be able to see, once we launch the game, the server in the server browser. This time you don't have to connect directly by clicking in the console, by bringing down the console like this. You just will be able to join by going to play server browser, and here you can see that the server Gravilanked is going to show up with RI and all that stuff, and you will be able to join normally with no problems. The thing is that you will not have bots. So here you can see that the server is already identified the client that wants to connect, and here we are connecting. So yeah, we connect and we are alone now. So this was the part to learn how to play Black Ops 1, and let's continue with the rest of the video. Hello guys, so now we're going to talk about Modern Warfare 3, also known as IW5. So Modern Warfare 3 is a game that has 3 solutions, that you can choose between 3 solutions, each one which its cons and pros. So we're going to talk about now which are the different options that you have in your arsenal. Some options are better than others, but as you know, my channel is mainly focused on LAN offline, so we're going to talk about this one. First option that you have to play Modern Warfare 3 is to use Technogods. Technogods is the oldest fix around. It has been around for more than 8 years maybe. The good thing is that it lets you create a completely independent dedicated server, and it's functional online and offline, I mean in LAN. So you can create servers to play online all over the world. But the bad thing, and that is completely a deal breaker for me, is that it doesn't support any bots. So you're always stuck on getting real people to play in your server, which, let's be real, this game is very old, and nowadays to get people to, you know, to agree to play on your server is going to be kind of difficult. Or unless you have a LAN in your house with more than, I don't know, like 20 computers connected, you're going to have a very bad time to having a good time here. So the bad thing is that it doesn't support bots, but well, that's Technogods. Then you have Alterware, which for Modern Warfare 2 it was really nice, as you saw in the previous part of the video. We were talking about Modern Warfare 2. But unfortunately for Modern Warfare 3, the solution of Alterware is kind of very lacking, let's say, to say the least, because as you are seeing now, it doesn't really support any multiplayer. So it doesn't have any LAN. You cannot connect with real people. So it's the complete opposite of Technogods. The thing is that your only stuck to play alone, and the good thing is that it supports bots. So it does support warfare bots, so you will be able to connect into your own computer and play with bots, but you will never be able to play in LAN unless for the version that is now right now, you know, for the day that I'm releasing this video, they haven't even added that functionality, and I'm not sure if they are planning on adding the multiplayer LAN. And lastly, we have the plutonium solution. The bad thing about plutonium, you know, I'm not a really big fan of plutonium, basically because they force you to connect to their master servers. They force you to create some stupid account with a password, and that makes it so lame because, I mean, they're not a big company or anything else, and even, you know, even big companies do it all the time, that they create these user accounts, they force you to create some stuff to connect to their master servers, and sooner or later they are offline and they fuck you up. Same as happens with all the games that are now just a plain empty and desert, like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, all the Battlefields essentially from Battlefield 2, they're all completely abandoned and they're all dead games. So these guys are just enthusiasts, they are fans, they are really nice people because they created this, they're very smart, they created this fix. But the thing is that they force you to you know, to connect to their servers, to their accounts, and sooner or later these guys will go offline, obviously, and you know, they basically fuck your ability to create dedicated servers or play online, because they force you to create you know, the accounts with their servers. So in reality, if you really want to be independent and have no connection with these people, it doesn't have any real online, unless you want to create a username and depend on whatever they decide to shut or not their servers. So it has no dedicated server, but the great thing is that if you configure it in LAN, offline, it does support LAN multiplayer, and it does support the same bots, the warfare bots, so you will be able to play Plutonium here. So out of these three options, none is ideal, none is the perfect one, but I would choose the Plutonium one. If Alterware would have LAN support, I would have chose Alterware, but unfortunately it doesn't have LAN. But out of the two, obviously, right now the best option for me is Plutonium. Technogods is good, but you have to have real people, and you know, to have a really fun session of games in you know, in any Call of Duty game, you at least need, I don't know, 20 people, 15 people. So you have to get 15 people to play an all game, which is kind of absurd. So yeah, let's go and let's talk about first Technogods. So we have the client here, the Technogod client, in this LAN computer, as always, in these two computers. Both folders are completely the same, they are identical. So the thing about Technogods is that it lets you create dedicated servers, right? So the important thing that you have to take in mind is that you go to the admin folder, and here you will see the server config. So here in the server config, you will be able to put the name of the server and all that stuff that you always do with the server config, and also just go into Techno MW3, and here you will be able to edit the INI, and here make sure to give each one of the computers in your LAN a different name and a different ID number. So once you are done with that, we're going to create a server. Obviously, the most important executables here are going to be Techno Client Launcher and Techno Server Launcher. So we're going to go into this computer as always and create a server. We're going to create a server by clicking Server Launcher. Technogod Server Launcher is kind of slow, so you will have to wait a couple of seconds until the server console is opened. So relax, take some time to think about life, and we will wait until the server is opened. Alright, so we have the server open here. The first thing that you will need to use is the first command. This is the first command that you have to input inside the window, which is going to be sv_map rotation space default. So click enter. Then we have to implement this second command, which is going to be start_map_rotate, and then we have to select whatever map you want. Here you can see the vanilla maps. Here are all the names of the maps: the pack 1 maps, the pack 2 maps, the pack 3 maps, 4, 5, and 6. All these DLCs are you need to have it in your client. So now let's put a map. So let's type map space and the name of the map that you want to play. Let's see, Fallen, this one, MP Lambeth. So we just paste it and click in enter, and the game should launch. So we're all set. We are going to come here, and we're gonna open the client launcher. We're gonna try to connect to that computer. Here's the client launcher. You have to go into direct connect, type the local IP of the server that is hosting, I mean the local IP of that one, or the external IP in case you have the ports open in your router. So once you type it, remember to, once you are in game, F12 to connect. So let's connect. The server client is going to open, and once it's opened, we're gonna click in F12. Let's see if we can connect to the game. We should be able to see the map loading, and as you can see, the map loads just fine with no problems. Alright, so we can join, everything is fine. If you want to unlock all the weapons, here go back to the client launcher, go into unlock stats and unlock, and you will have everything unlocked into the game. The bad thing, as I told you, in codghosts you will not be able to play with bots, so you're stuck with real humans. Also, another little detail, if you want to change the game mode and all that stuff, you just have to return to your folder and just go to admin folder and open the default DSPL, and here you can change all the different stuff here. For example, you can change the MP bootleg, the name of the map, the TDM default, you know, the game type, so all that stuff. So yeah, this is the codghosts solution, which is not ideal. And now we're gonna directly skip the Ultraware because it's kind of useless, but because it doesn't have any multiplayer. So we're gonna talk about the Plutonium now. We're gonna open the Plutonium solution, the Plutonium client, in one computer and in the other. So basically, to install Plutonium offline, you will need the app data stuff. So all these Plutonium things with the games, executables, with the storage, stuff like that, you will need to copy it and paste it inside your computer in C, users, Graphisoft, and then app data, and then local, and then just paste the Plutonium folder here. To install the bots, the warfare bots, you have to go to storage, IW5, which is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, and then paste this file, which is the bots. And also, if you want to have custom names, same as War at War, as you saw in the beginning of the video where we were talking about World at War, to have custom names, just create the txt bots txt, open it, and put at least 18 names in a list. In my case, female Japanese names, and that's it. So the next thing that you have to do is just open and execute LAN launcher executable. Here you will have to make sure that you have a username, that you click in MP, and that your Plutonium folder app data where we just navigated is correct, that you have the correct address, and also the game client is correctly addressing where your game is located. So we're gonna just fire up the game. So launch IW5 and everything should work. You will see a console displaying, but it's going to be in offline, so no online dependency needed here. So the same with the other computer, you will do the same with the app data local, and make sure that you have the Plutonium there in app data local, and that you launch LAN launcher, and that the address are correct in this computer. Just make sure that the name is different, that you put in MP, that the app data address is correct, and the location of the game client is correct. So now we launch the game, and we wait until the game launches and we are in the main menu, like here. This time around, we're going to create a server with this computer, and we're going to join with that computer. So we're going to just create a private match. Let's go and select the maps. You have all these maps, all these bonus map, DLC maps, whatever. Let's go with pizza map. So we're going to start the game, and we're going to load the map. So here we are already in the client. We're going to open the console. And in the console here, we're going to type connect and the local IP of the computer that is hosting. And as you can see, it's joining the session. So let's get inside the game. There as well. Okay, we have Redman, we have Gravisoft. As you can see, they are connected. And if you want to add bots in your listen server, just push in N. The menu of the bots will pop up. Push in spacebar. Navigate with W and S. Let's add 7 bots. N. And as you can see, we have all these bots connected. We are connected in the 2 computers, and we are done with Modern Warfare 3. So now we're going to move on with Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Okay guys, so in this part of the video we're gonna continue by playing Call of Duty Black Ops 2. So Black Ops 2, as you saw in the beginning of the video, can be played using plutonium or a more older solution, Redacted. In my opinion, I think Redacted is the best way to go because it's very independent. It has a little fix that has to be done before, which is very easy to do. And also obviously it enables you to play the zombie mode if you want, not only the multiplayer. So let's get into the video. As always, we have the LAN with both identical clients in both computers, but we have to do some little arrangements before launching the executable. So once you have the Redacted fix installed, you will have something like this. The latest version is multiplayer 43 and zombie mode 41. So of course each computer needs to have their own name. So in my case it's going to be Gravisoft for this computer. The rest you don't have to change, but as I will show you how all the config looks like. So if you don't have it, you can just pause the video and copy all the contents. So here you can see everything. So yeah, once you have the Redacted inside your game client of Battlefield 2 with all the DLCs and stuff, there is a little thing. We're gonna test it out and you will see that it will not work first time. So we're gonna always remember to execute it with administrator rights, because if you don't, in some computers it doesn't work. It's kind of weird because in some computers like this one, if you execute it normally it works, but in that computer you will have to execute it in administrator rights. So it's kind of weird. So just in case, just make sure to always execute it with administrator rights. But as you can see, it will probably give us a little error the first time because we have still to have to do a little fix. Let's see if it works. And as you can see, it gives us this handheld exception code. Okay, so there's actually 2 things that you have to do before. So one thing that you will have to do is going to install these 2 C++ Redists, the 2010 64 bits and 86 32 bits. Once you install those Windows C++ installers, the other thing that what it does, this is the last version of the latest version of Redacted. The thing is that with the latest version of Redacted, the guys implemented like a check that if you have Steam installed into your computer, but you don't need to have actually Steam installed. If you have this little hack that I did, it's very simple to bypass it and you don't have the need to have Steam installed into your computer. The first fix is to install this regedit thing, which actually redirects the computer. It tells the computer where your Steam is installed. So as you can see, it will say that the Steam folder is going to be located into the programs files 86 folder, and this is basically the regedit that you will have to execute like this, install it, and that's done. And then another thing that the fix is going to check is the existence of the folder itself. So but you'll have to create a folder named Steam, and inside the Steam folder you only need these 3 DLLs: the Steam client DLL, the tier0_s DLL, and the vstdlib_s DLL. So you just want to cut this folder and paste it inside your C unit program file 86 and paste it in here. So once you have this folder, let's see if now it gives us the same error or not. It should not give us the same error. So let's execute it with administrator rights, and the game should fire. As you can see, it opened with no problem this time. So now let's go on to see how to play in LAN. So basically it's the same. We have to do the same steps in the other computer. From this game, from Black Ops 2, all the Call of Duty games will have installed their own bots. So from Black Ops 2 onward, you will not need to install any warfare bots or anything. So they will all include bots. So here in this computer we do the same. We execute this 43 version with administrator rights. We should be able to launch the game. I already did the previous steps obviously in this other computer, and you should see the game client open, and as you can see, we can see there the game client. So in order to create a session here, it's very simple, but it could be tricky. So we just have to go to online, clicking online in both computers. Just wait. As you can see, we have Redman there and Gravisoft here. All you have to do is click in friends here. When it says friends, you should see the other player. You can see that it says Redman. Click, and then in this computer, click in invite. And in this computer, press F9. So by pressing F9, you accept the invitation of the other computer. So here we go back, as you can see, we go back. As you can see in the little lobby, we are both connected in the same session. So now we're just going to go to custom games. We're gonna add the bots, so set up bots. We're gonna add some bots here, friendly bots, enemy bots, the difficulty, whatever. So then you have to select the map. The thing about redirect is that, as far as I know, the only map that doesn't work in multiplayer is if you choose Encore. This map is the only map that will crash the game session. I don't know why, but the admin computer will be able to enter the game with no problems. But the thing is, with the clients will crash whenever they will join an Encore map. I don't know why. But all the rest of the maps, all the vanilla maps, as you can see, and all the other DLCs, I tested them one by one, and they all work with no problem. So we're gonna go and, for example, let's play in Cove. And once you have your bots and your map selected, click in Start Match. So now the match will start, and you will see that both players and all the bots will be included. Let's wait. And we select whatever set that our class. So as you can see, both computers are connected with no problems. We see in the menu Redman there, Gravisoft, and all the bots. So no problem. So let's go, and this is the solution for Black Ops 2. Let's go and let's continue with the rest of the games. Guys, so now we're continuing with the next game. This is going to be Call of Duty Ghosts. So yeah, the fix for this game is the Alterware fix. The thing is that nowadays, if you download their latest fix, they added some protection, some copy protection. So I was able to manage to get the latest non-Steam version, which is the 0.01. This is the latest version that they released with no protection. So using this one, you will not have any problems with Steam or anything. You will not depend on that shit. So yeah, once you download that fix, you will have to install it into the game root folder, as obviously. And we will test it. It's very simple. Remember that from Call of Duty Black Ops 2 forward, all the games include bots. So the only fix that we will need to do in all the other games is just placing the fix executable in the root folder, and we will be able to play LAN, LAN with no Steam and stuff like that. So here we have the two computers connected in the same LAN with the same identical game. just going to execute the game by clicking in this executable non-steam 001 and going to multiplayer, and the same is going to be for the other one, so multiplayer. Also, we will be able to change the name in the consoles, by placing name, space, blah blah blah. So we are both opening the game client, going to online play. Here the name is going to be, for a change, Mr. Bro instead of Gravisoft, and here online play. No need to go in on and play. All the clients are going to connect, just you can stay there. So we're going to create this time a server, a listen server with this one. Just go into private match, and once you're here, obviously set the number of bots that you want to include into the game. And let's select the map, whatever you. As always, you gotta have the complete version of the game with all the DLC maps included. Let's go with Departed, and let's go back. Once you chose the bots and the maps, let's go and click on Start. So now here, obviously, you will have to open the console, function escape. Sorry about that. Yeah. So once you open the console, just /connect and the local IP of this computer. So it's going to be So we are just going to wait until we are inside the game. So here we are. You choose the loadout. You can see that the bots are already loaded, and now we're going to enter by clicking enter. And as you can see, we are already connecting to the server. We should be in the same server.
Time to work, Ghost Squad.
Let's just wait until we are inside with the other game.
We're in the lead.
The other computer is loading. It's going to be in any moment. And yes, so we select Ghosts in the same faction. And yeah, there you can see that we are connected and both players should be in the same team. Gravisoft Mr. Bro and Gravisoft Mr. Bro. So this was the part for Call of Duty Ghosts. Very simple, and we continue to the next game. Okay guys, so in this other part of the video we're gonna talk about Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. It's basically the same method and the same procedure as Call of Duty Ghost. So the fix is also from Ultraware. And also the same applies. The non-Steam is the version 0.01. So after that version they started to implement Steam procedures to verify if you have the original game or whatever. So the fix that is truly non-Steam is going to be the 001, and the procedure is almost the same. It's basically the same. So we have to have the game in both computers, exactly the same game, Advanced Warfare. We have this fix, which is S1 mod non-Steam 001, and the same one in this computer. So we're gonna do exactly the same. We're gonna open the game with this multiplayer, and we're gonna do the same with the other one. We're gonna open this fix and multiplayer and let the game start. We're gonna open the firewall. Probably the same is going to happen with this other one. So yeah, we are here. We're going to go into play online. So we're gonna go into private match, game setup, set the number of bots. We're going to select the map. We can also select the DLC maps, obviously. And we're gonna start the game. So the same is going to be with here. While this one is loading the map, we're gonna open the console. Oh, sorry about that. We're gonna open the console, and I'm going to just type the IP. We are connected, so clicking enter, and the game client should be joining the listen server. Sentinel, we're gonna go, I don't know, whatever.
Team deathmatch.
I'm not a really big fan of these games, like the Call of Duties that are themed in the future, where you have exoskeletons and these jetpacks, and the weapons are completely fantasy weapons. But well, if I'm doing this tutorial, I have to talk about this game. So here you can see that we are both connected, both Gravisoft. So yeah. So this was Advanced Warfare, and we continue to the next game. Okay guys, so this is the other part. We're going to talk about Call of Duty Black Ops 3 T7. So the solution for this game is kind of crappy. It's not ideal because it uses some kind of stupid dependence at the end of the day of Steam. Even though I did 1,000 tests to be independent on Steam, I discovered that this client, this solution, still makes use of some Steam stupidity. But I tested it also being offline. I completely disconnected my internet, my Wi-Fi, so and it did work. The thing is that I'm not sure if you will be able to play in complete offline in LAN, but at least in a simple computer you will be able to play the game as long as you have the correct files in your computer. So originally this client checks for the existence of Steam if Steam is installed in your computer. I try to extract as much as possible which are exactly the stuff that this program checks. And what it basically checks similarly to Redactor, but Redactor was much more simpler because Redactor only checked the reg of the Steam and also free DLLs. But this one checks for much more stuff, and it actually uses, I think, the Steam executable somehow. So in order to make this BO free, here's the game client, and here you can see the boy executable. In order to prevent any error message or whatever, you will have to have the Steam reg. The Steam reg is this, all of this, the regedit of the the registry of Steam. So you only have to double click on this and install it. And the other thing that you need is to create a Steam folder, and you need these files. You need the executable of Steam. I also tried replacing the Steam executable with a fake Steam executable. I mean, just grabbing the Notepad executable and renaming it to Steam, but it didn't work. It crashed the game client. So it actually uses somehow the Steam executable, even though in complete offline. So it doesn't do anything weird online or whatever, but it still uses the executable, and it uses all of these DLLs. So if you delete any of these DLLs, still the game is going to crash. So these are the minimum requirements for the client to work, and this stupid log is the thing that is created every time you execute the game. So even if I delete the log txt, once you execute boy, it does something weird along with these files, and it creates that log file anyhow. So once you have this Steam folder with these files, you just have to paste them inside the C program files x86 and paste it inside the here. So here you'll have only these things. You don't need to execute Steam or anything. You don't have to have any account or anything. The client only utilizes these things. So as long as you have this and the regedit, the client should work. I tested it 1,000 times this shit, and so far it worked fine, and it worked in LAN when I connected to the internet. So the other computer is already done. I did everything all those steps. So I'm going to execute the boy executable. You should see this thing. Just click and play, and it says Steam must be running and you must own. Well, so this is not true, because you don't have to to have the original Steam game, and you don't have to have Steam installed, only those files. So clicking OK, and a little console is going to open, and after the console window is going to open the game client. So there you can see that the game console is opening, and after a couple of seconds the game client will start with a little intro video and stuff like that. So we're going to do the same with the other computer, and we're going to execute boy, click and play, clicking OK. And as I told you, as long as you have the regedit file of Steam and those the Steam folder and those couple of files inside, the game should work. The problem is that I'm not sure what kind of stuff this client does, what kind of weird thing this does. So in the other computer we're already done. This is the video intro. So there it says emulating online service. So the game client is working fine, and in here we're still waiting for this stupid intro to just finish. So yeah, we're here. I'm going to create actually a listen server with this computer, and we're going to join with the other one. We're just going to prepare this. I'm going to open the console, type / connect as always. Let's just leave it there prepared, and here we're gonna hit enter, and we're gonna create we're gonna go into we're gonna create a multiplayer here. We're gonna go into custom game. We're gonna put the setup game, the setup bots. We're gonna select the map. We have the DLC maps as always, and we're gonna start the game. So once the game is launched and you are inside the game with all the bots, we will hit connect in that computer, and that computer should connect. So here you can see you have just to wait a couple of seconds until the session is done. This looks like a Roman map, some sorts. As I told you, I don't really like these Black Ops modern games where you fly and it's all futuristic. I think it's a piece of shit. But you know, some kids like it. Me, the latest great Call of Duty, maybe it's Call of Duty like from the modern ones. I think it's Ghost and Black Ops 2. Onward, after that it was all a piece of shit, and until they released the Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remaster, which also is good. So here we will hit enter, and this computer will take a couple of seconds. Even though if it's in the same LAN, it will connect, I think. And there you can see it goes black, and we should be connected together. So as you can see, we have the bots. I'm Gravisoft there. We are connected. There it's already connecting to the same map that we are playing. Yeah, this is like Rome, Julius Caesar. Such a crazy map. Supposed to be in the future, but the map is like in the past, whatever. And here you can see that we are connected. So Gravisoft there. Change team. Let's get into a team here. So here we are Redman, and here we have Gravisoft and Redman. So yeah, so now we're gonna pass to the next game. This was Black Ops 3, and we go to the next one. Okay guys, so in this other part of the video we're gonna talk about Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. So Infinite Warfare, I think this game is total trash. I believe that there are going to be people that will like this game, but I think it's total trash because I really despise and really hate the Call of Duty games that are themed after a futuristic Star Wars like gameplay. I like more realistic ones, but whatever. So Infinite Warfare is a very heavy game. From now on, all the clients will be pretty heavy. For instance, Infinite Warfare, as you can see, is 111 gigabytes, so it's humongous. But yes, once you have the game client, this time around I will not test it with this computer because somehow it does not work with this computer. The game client just crashes once you execute the launcher. So I decided just to test it with a notebook here, a Mac, but with Windows 10 that I have. And it works perfectly fine. I'm not sure what happens with this other computer. As you saw in all the previous games, this computer launched all the other Call of Duty games with no problems, but well, you know. So now we're gonna test the LAN. Also, obviously they are connected in the same network with only these two computers. So once you have the client, the thing that you have to have obviously is the IW7 mod. This time around, this fix comes from the Aurora team. I will show you that, well, the website where you can actually compile the project, because they don't have a executable directly to download. But if you want to compile the latest version yourself, actually this game fix or this client has not been updated for couple of months already, so I'm not sure if you will find a newer version. As you can see, 2 years ago, last month, so it's not very frequently updated. But yeah, basically in order to compile it, here I did a little guide. You just have to get from that GitHub thing, click on the green button here. So we're gonna do it again. We're gonna go back into the GitHub. You just go to the green button, and then you just click and copy HTTPS direction clone. So here and here you just have to copy the thing when you are in HTTPS. So once you have this address copied into the clipboard of your computer, you will have to install Visual Studio 2022. While you're installing Visual Studio 2022, you will be prompted and you have to install .NET Desktop and Universal Windows platforms. The installer itself will start to download kind of like 20 gigabytes of stuff. Once you already install Visual Studio, you have to paste the direction that you just copied before from GitHub. Once you open Visual Basic 2022, you will have to copy it when it says clone git. And yeah, it will make a folder where you have to select the path of the final result, and basically all the source code is going to be downloaded by Visual Basic. Is going to do all of that. So that folder is going to be filled with stuff. You will have to take the pre-make5.lua and you have to overwrite it. Don't worry, that this new file will be included inside this little rar folder with all the fixes. Here you can see it, in case you don't have. But don't worry, you don't have to do all this crap, because I also will include the client inside, so you don't have to compile it. But in case you're curious on how to do it, so once you do it, you just have to generate execute the generate.bat, and you will have a new folder named build. And inside build, you will find a file named iw7mod.sln. You'll have to double click that file, and Visual Studio will open again by itself. And then inside Visual Studio, you're gonna go to build solution. The project is going to start compiling. Obviously it will not have to take any, it will not have to give any errors. If it gives any errors, because you did something wrong along the way. And inside the build folder again, once it's finished, you will see bin x64 debug, and there you will see the final product, which is going to be iw7 mod.exe. So yeah, whatever, that's if you want to compile it yourself. So here we already have it. We have the game client, the 111 gigabytes of client, plus the mod itself, the client. So all you have to do, it will ask you to have Steam, because it has like kind of a Steam blocking, same as the other game clients that we already talked. But this time around it's very easily bypassable, because all you have to do is take the client, make a shortcut here. As you can see, I already made a shortcut of the IW7 mod, and here in the shortcut all you have to do is go into target and add space in the last part of the line, space, little line, middle line, no Steam. So that will make the launcher work in non-Steam. We have to execute this thing. You will see the launcher. Obviously I don't have Steam running, so you can see for yourself that Steam is not required. And you will see a little console, and it should fire the client. So the same we're going to do with this thing. We're gonna open the game client by opening the shortcut with non-Steam parameters, and all you have to do is just wait. The first time that you execute the game client is going to ask you to pre-cache the textures or whatever. I don't know, do that at your own convenience. Here in the other computer we're also going to, here we cancel it. So we go into multiplayer and we're gonna create a LAN. So we go into multiplayer, we're going to here we're going to use this computer to connect, so don't need to do anything. You just can create your class and customize your soldier or whatever. And here we're gonna create a session. We're just going to go into multiplayer. We're going to go to custom game. Make sure to I forgot to mention that if you want to unlock all the items in this game and all the shit that this has, you just have to bring down the console and type this director_cut space 1, cg_unlock all _loot space 1, and cg_unlock all _items space 1. So if you do all that shit, you'll have all the weapons, all the stuff already unlocked. So let's create really quick a game. Let's get into game setup, bots. Let's add the as many bots as you want. Let's add 4 and 4, and go back and let's choose a map, whatever. Let's go with Frost, and let's start the match. It's going to take a couple of seconds until the game launches the the map. And of course with this one we're gonna connect and type /connect. And we're gonna type the IP of the server. Obviously, wait until the server is launched, the listen server. So now we're inside, so we're gonna click enter. So we try to connect, and now we're gonna choose whatever are these fantasy factions or whatever. And here you can see that we have this kind of an AK-47 shooting lasers, which is completely ridiculous. And here we are also entering the game, choosing the robot or whatnot. What the fuck is this shit? Okay, loadout. And here you can see, here we are SE, and the other team has Graphisoft, and in this team we have Graphisoft and SE here. So we're both connected. Let's go with the next game. Okay guys, so we continue with the next game. We're going to talk about Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the 2019 version. So far, the solution or the client for this game is developed by Donetsk, as we talked in the beginning of the video. The thing about this fix is that it works in LAN. You can play and create a listen server, you can join a LAN, you can unlock all the weapons and all the operators available, at least until that update. The thing is that it doesn't have Warzone, and you cannot play in co-op, and you cannot play the campaign. It's only the multiplayer part of the game, and also it doesn't have all the maps. Less than half of the multiplayer maps are only available, the rest will not work so far, but let's hope that in future updates, if this crack improves, the game is going to be really nice. So, as always, we have these two computers connected in the same LAN with exactly the same game client. In a couple of things to know before launching the game client, you'll have to have in mind this little like tutorial or whatever. Just keep in mind that if you press N, it toggles the no clip. Also, obviously, if you open the console and you want to change the name, you just have to type player_name space and the name that you want to play as. And another thing that it doesn't say here is that if you want to unlock all the weapons and all the operators, all you have to do is bring down the console and type unlock all. So we're gonna also, another thing about this game client is that you cannot connect to the other computer if you just use the console connect the IP. You connect to the other computer just by clicking on the server browser. The other computer, if it has created a listen server, should be visible in the server browser, but not by connecting with the console. So we're gonna create a server with this computer and we're gonna join with the other computer there. So let's go. And the first is very simple. This is very straightforward. We're gonna open GameDX12 shipped replay. We're gonna execute this one, and yeah, click no. And we're gonna also do it with this other computer. We're gonna execute the client here, and both computers should start launching with this unskippable video. Unfortunately, you cannot skip this one, so you will have to wait until it's finished. So yeah, as I told you, the campaign doesn't work, local co-op doesn't work, so you're stuck with multiplayer, which is obviously the most important thing. And here we're going to do the same. We're going to go into multiplayer, and that's it. So here we are going to be creating the server with this one. As you can see, we're going to go into the operators. We're gonna go into here. You will see that some operators are locked, so all you have to do is go back. We're gonna go back and bring down the console here, and here we're gonna type unlock all. You can see that it's right there, and also you can set the name. Remember that to set the name you have to type player name. So break down the console, player, so player name and Gravy soft, let's say. So yeah, we're gonna see if the operators are unlocked. As you can see here, all the operators now are available, and also you should have all your weapons available with all the attachments. So let's say we're gonna edit this weapon. Let's go into the gunsmith. Here you will have the ability to customize your gun however you want it. So yeah, we go back. We're gonna put I don't know, under barrel, customize. You can paint it, all this crap, put in some charms. Let's put this skeleton. So yeah, you have everything unlocked basically. So once you go back, you're gonna go down here when it says create local game. In the game setup, you will see that a lot of maps will not work. It says that no work, no work, no work. All of these maps don't work, which is quite a lot of number. But at least we have a couple of maps to play in. All the ones that have these blue names are going to work just fine. We're gonna go with the classic Rust map, and here bot setup. We're gonna add some bots to play against. Go back, and let's go back again, and just click in start the match. So now, as you can see, we have the custom name, and the game is going to start. So now here in the other computer, all you have to do is click in refresh, and the server that has already been created should be displayed in the list. So all you have to do is just double click it, and you should join automatically. It says that match started. match beginning in 2 seconds, and it should join. So here we are playing with bots. You can see Gravisoft there. Well, there they are shooting at us. And here we are already connected. We choose a quit. And here we are player 1. And here you can see that Gravisoft and player 1 are in the same computer. So yeah, let's talk about the last game that is in our list, and we're finally finished with this long, very large video tutorial. Alright guys, so we're finally in the last game of this tutorial. So this is going to be the Modern Warfare Remastered, the codename H1. So this game, the particularity that this game has is that it also has dedicated server. You can use the dedicated server. You can also, you will have to apply the H1 mod here. This is the client that we're going to use this time, and also if you want to change the name, you're going to go main and servers config, and here you can customize the server. Things like all the other old Call of Duties, but this one is like a remaster, so it's a new one. It's using a new engine. So yeah, basically this is the fix H1 mod. It has its own website where you can download the latest the latest fixes and releases. GitHub Aurora mod. This is the project made by Aurora. Also remember that they do Infinite Warfare, which we already saw, and also they do the the H2 project, which is basically Modern Warfare 2 remastered campaign. So yeah, if you open a web browser and you go directly to the GitHub of these guys, the latest version up to today is the 2.01. Here you can just download the executable, no need to compile like we did with the Infinite Warfare. So yeah, all you have to do is have the client with this fix already installed, which is the mod. It's very simple, it's very straightforward. You can create a local LAN here, local dedicated server. If you put in the console connect a local IP of the server, you will be able to connect, no problem. And also you can spawn the bots not only by before creating the match, but also you can spawn bots by adding them with the console command spawn bot. So yeah, we're gonna try it and in real time to see how it works. So we're gonna execute the H1 mod executable, go into multiplayer, and let's go and do the same for the other one, H1 mod, and we're gonna go into multiplayer. So both computers are running the game. You just have to wait until everything opens. Also, a little detail to remark here is that the H1 mod will create the first time that you execute it, unless you have the folder itself, it will create a folder and download some files inside your C users local folder, app data local folder. So keep in mind that you will have a newly created folder with some downloaded files in that location. So yeah, all you have to do is very simple. You just have to click in that online option. You'll get into the main menu here. Once you are in the main menu, all you have to do is just create the match. Here, as always, you can bring down the console. You can change the name by typing name and space and the name of your player. I believe also it has some unlocks, so if we put on unlock CG unlock all loot here, you will be able to unlock all the weapons and stuff. So let's create something. Let's go into private match. You can see that the server list also is working, so that's pretty nice. So we're gonna go into private match. We're gonna create in game setup the number of bots that we have that we want included in our game. Also, of course, the map. Let's go into the classic of the classic maps, the crash map. And this is as simple as it goes. You just go and create a class. You just select whatever weapon you want to choose. As you can see, everything is already unlocked. So yeah, let's go and go back into the menu. Once you made your selection, click and start the game, and the game should load the map. So here also, as always, you have to open the console. So once the console is open, just click in /connect and the IP. Here you can see that we're in game, so click in enter here and you should be connecting. As you can see, Crash is already loading, and yeah, we are pretty much in. We're gonna create our marine. So yeah, we are here. The other computer is still connecting. This game has the particularity that the first time that you execute it, a couple of matches is going to be kind of laggy. As you can see, it will kind of lag a bit, but the more it lags, the more it will be working better and better until it's very fluent. Here in this other computer, you can see that it's also very laggy, but yeah, it's just a matter of playing maybe half an hour and playing every map. Probably has to do something with the cache of the textures or something that it starts to accumulate all these things. So the first time is always very laggy, but then it starts playing more fluent, let's say. So yeah, here you can see we are both connected. Here you can see Gravisoft and Redman, and yeah. I hope you like this video tutorial. This is the last part of the video. And see you next time. My name is Gravisoft. You can go into my website as always, which is gravisoftnet.com. Join my Discord by clicking chat room. And you can register to my forum, also in gravisoftnet.com, by clicking on the forum. Okay, see you next time. Bye. Finally finished this fucking video.